Yee, 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 yee. I'm live. The camera is going to be facing this way. I will not see your comments on the live stream, so sorry about that. I've been having an issue here trying to go live, so I can't see anything. The sun is hitting the back of this phone, so we're just going to get into it. All right. So today I'm getting ready to put some plants outside in pots. So I got some nice soil here. I'm sure you guys can see that. It's about 25 quarts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add my nutrients to it. I'm not going to add a lot because this soil has a lot of nutrients. This is blood meal. It's high nitrogen, 1200. This stuff is just, be careful with it. I'm only going to pour a little bit, probably maybe a little more than a tablespoon in there. Let's do about another tablespoon. It's about 2 tablespoons for 25 quarts of soil. Next, I have bone meal. Okay, this stuff here has a 412.0 NPK. This is heavy phosphorus. I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons. Okay. About 2 tablespoons there. I don't want to go heavy because there's 2 reasons. One, this soil has a lot of nutrients in it already. And 2, I got to hit it with the Dr. Earth. This stuff right here is a slow release fertilizer. I used this last year. This is the best stuff I've ever used. I'm not really measuring this. I'm just going to pour about a third of a solo cup in there. Might not even use that much. This stuff is awesome. It's got an NPK of 463. So it has everything you need. Slow release. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to mix all this stuff in the soil real good. I actually didn't put too much of that in. I'll leave that aside because the soil's really good, so it doesn't need it. All right, first thing I'm doing here, mixing up. Got bees all around me and stuff. Mixing up this soil really good. This is organic soil, compost, lots of pine bark in it. Soil is very acidic, which means it's not going to alkaline out, however you want to say it. And then, make my plants get all yeller halfway through the season. This stuff I used last year with hardly any fertilizer. I only put a little bit of that Dr. Earth in it. The blood meal and bone meal is a little bit new to me, so but I've heard good things about it. So I just wanted to put a little bit in, not a lot. I don't want to burn my plants out. All right, so once I've got that mixed up, what I'm gonna do next is this. Let me take one of these. I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna just use this red solo cup. I got these little, see these? They look like a little barrel, half barrel. All right, these are 5 gallon. They're kind of wide. They're a little bit shorter than a 5 gallon bucket, but they're wider. What I'm gonna do is just fill this baby up with some dirt. The solo cup works better than anything, trust me. It is. Actually, I could have used something bigger than this, to be honest. This is gonna take a little bit longer, but that's all right. You guys are rolling with me. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my potted plants out today. We got a nice forecast. Now we do have some days next week that are, there's 2 days that's looking at lows in the 40s. I'm going to be cautious with those. If they go below 45, I'm going to actually put these plants, I'm going to have to pick them up and lug them in my living room overnight. But I think after that it's going to be fine. But we got good weather coming in right along, straight away. All right, so I'm going to fill this up most of the way. This soil's real loose, so I don't have to worry about compaction. It's got a good amount of perlite in it, a good amount of pine bark. So let me get in this corner. Oh yeah, that's beautiful right there. All right, I'm gonna spread that out a little bit. I'm just gonna make a little hole. Hope you guys can see this. with this solo cup. Maybe not. I actually like to put the same size pot in there, but I don't have an empty one. I'll do it on the next one, okay? How about that? All right. A little more soil in there. There we go. All right, now I got that. Let's grab a plant. You guys hear that chainsaw in the background? I hope it's not bothering you. All right, so we got this lemon ghostly jalapeno. I've had it outside a few times, but this is second growth because it's a double top plant. So it should be fine. The sun, it's only going to be getting 3.5 to 4 hours sun. Tomorrow's going to be kind of overcast. The UV index is moderate, so let's get into it. You want to squeeze the bottom like that. All right, get your hands on there like so and tip it upside down. Wow, that baby is root bound. I knew this was the most root bound plant I probably had, but that's okay. Just gonna go in there when you got root bound. You're gonna loosen up all of this. Loosen it up. Get it so it's not twirling around in a circle anymore. I always put my finger right in the middle like that. Just kind of pull and get rid of some of that old soil. It's pretty much depleted, but you know, with falls in here, it mixes in a little bit. Not a big deal. All right, I get in there, and I'm just kind of roughing these roots up. I'm not tearing them. I can tear a few off if I wanted to. There's not really much of a need. I'm just getting rid of this circle that goes around. I want this thing to, these roots are spread out. And what I do is I always put my hand kind of down there like this. You watching? And drop it right now. Actually, that's a little bit too deep. So sorry about that, guys. Let me throw a little more dirt in here. I didn't realize how deep that was going to be, and I don't want this plant just kind of. So I'm basically going to throw it in, spread the roots out, and then I'm going to backfill it. Come in like this, come in over here like that, come in over here from the back side, and from the back side over here, and the back side over there. I'll put a couple more scoops of dirt on here. Now this is very loose, so when I water this, you're gonna see it's gonna sink down a little bit. Just make sure you have your dirt firm around the top of this because you don't want your roots showing. This thing is very stocky. Hope you guys can see that okay. But look at how stocky it is. And this is the reason why I top these so aggressively. These are growing in front of my condo. They're gonna be like little bushes. They will still produce fruit, but they're not going to be the same as if you had them out in the field, you know, getting 12 hours sunlight and they're all huge and stuff. But they will do well, and they will look awesome. They're just look at it. It's just like a little bush, okay? So now that I got that in there, I'm going to hit it with a little bit. Let me need a little more soil in here. Not much, just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That's got some weight to it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is hit it with a little bit of water. Since I just took it out, it needs water anyway. It wasn't bone dry, but it was dry enough. And I got a mixture here. This is just a little bit of cow mag and some H2O. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna water this plant. I want to make sure I get all the roots that I just put in there well watered. I'm not going to worry about the sides too much right now because the roots aren't going to reach that far, and I don't want to overdo it. We're going to get rain in a couple days anyway, but I will nonetheless check it tomorrow. And yeah, and the reason why I'm giving a little bit of cow mag is because I had a little bit of nutrient lockout, and this soil is just full of nutrients. I don't want it to not be able to uptake them. So yeah, that's it. That's it. The lemon ghostly jalapeno is in the pot. Its final resting place. Now if I can just find the tag. Uh-oh. I seem to have lost the tag. I will bet you any of my... Okay, there it is. I thought I might have buried it in the plant. I'm just going to throw the tag over here. I'll probably make new tags. These are with what do you call them? Paint markers, those tags. So there's one plant. The old lemon ghostly jalapeno. Set that aside. And let's I don't know if I have enough soil to really do. I might have to mix up a little more soil. So let's do that. Let's mix up a little more soil here. Now I have an empty pot to scoop it out with and to put in there as a guide. So that worked out good, right? All right, we got some Daddy Pete's organic potting soil here. Going with that. Yeah, so those are about 5-gallon planter right there. Those are really cool, actually. Let me set this back here. Don't worry, guys, I got plenty of dirt. All right, we're gonna go ahead with a little bit of, go back in, a little bit of blood meal. Not too much. Spread it out evenly. You don't need a lot of the blood meal because this soil already has a lot of good nitrogen and stuff. A little bone meal. That gives it the phosphorus. And then a nice little dash of Dr. Earth. Homegrown. Yeah, this stuff is money right here. This stuff is, don't breathe it in. It is Omri listed organic tomato and vegetable and herb fertilizer. And you don't need a lot of it. Man, it works so great. I took some plants that I grew inside over winter, and that's all I gave them was that. I just didn't experiment. And they're going to come outside, germinate in October. But I just wanted to see how just that worked. Because that's what I used last year, and I didn't use any other fertilizers. I think people get too carried away with fertilizers, honestly. And they overdo it sometimes, and other times they just, I don't know. They think they overthink stuff a lot. If you got good organic soil like this, you don't have to do much. Now you may want to hit some Tiger Bloom or little CalMag towards the end. The only reason I'm even putting CalMag in it now is, like I said, I had some nutrient lockout, and not all the plants were affected, but the ones that were, I want to make sure we're good. All right, let me grab another one of these buckets here, or barrels, whatever you call them. You see that thing? All right, another barrel. Now I have something. Oh, this thing, I need 2 of these to really do it. This thing crushes up. But I could just be like do like that, like some kind of a piece of machinery I got going here. Yeah. I know one thing, this was not a good idea. I sit here all day trying to do, look at that. Come on, think about that. Imagine if I sat here doing that all day. No, I'll just do the solo cup or the bucket, whatever I use. These things actually seem to be taking a little bit more dirt than a 5-gallon bucket. I don't know how much they are. I was told they're 5-gallon, but I don't know about that. Yeah, usually out of one of them bags of dirt, I get 3.5 5-gallon buckets full. This is not really the same. These might be about 5.5 gallons or something. Who knows? Who knows at this point? I like to take this. Sometimes I just stick this bad boy down in there to see. Like that. Okay. All right. That'll work. All right. Let's go in with plant number 2. What do you guys want to plant next? Oh, yeah. All right. This bad boy. Yes. That was one of these weird dragon's breath crosses that we had last year, and I saved the seeds to it. It's actually starting to get some flowers on it, so I'm going to be spending some time plucking these off, I'm sure. It's easier to do it when they're inside, but you see Hope you guys can see that. Looks beautiful, don't it? Look at the canopy on that. All right, so same thing with this. Grab it like that. Loosen it up, tip it upside down. Voila. Less root bound than the, it was less root bound than the other one, but nonetheless, I'm going to loosen it up. If you don't loosen up enough, it'll still continue to go in a circle, and it just won't take off. It'll kind of stun its growth a little bit. Now, this one, soil's nice and dry. If you got that, you can shake it like that. All right, so let's go to town here. Just take these roots and spread them out like so. Actually, I'm gonna make like a little, yeah, there we go. Made like a little moat for them, actually. All right, then comes the backfill. Yeah, baby. Use a solo cup, get over here. Lift that up, lay it down. Lift it up, lay it down. Lift it up, lay it down. I have a lot of dirt on my leaves here. But like Mobb Deep said, God made dirt so dirt don't hurt. All right. I'm gonna push down. I'm not trying to compact it too much, but I do want to make sure when it rains they don't get all washed out. This dirt's really good. I actually grew in it last year, and when I took everything out, I took some plants and overwintered them, and the dirt was still very much loose. And it smells so good, guys. If you could smell this soil, you could smell the pine bark, and it's got aged pine bark. All right, let me go look down here, see what that canopy looks like underneath. Looks good. All right, got this the firmness going on here. Let's hit it with a little wah-wah. A little water and CalMag. It's a half a teaspoon of CalMag in here for a half gallon of water. I don't want to do any more than that. I don't know what would happen. I don't know what if you put too much CalMag, what it can do to your plant, to be honest. I don't know. All I know is this thing needs a good amount of water, so I just poured the rest of it in there. And there you have it. That's our funky dragon's breath cross. It's one of the hottest peppers I've eaten. It tore me up last year, and it was didn't have a lot of floralness to it, so we're gonna see how that does. And yeah, little bushes. All right, well, I'm gonna be for the next couple hours. I'm not gonna bore you guys any more than I already have. So if you guys, unless you want to watch me do one more, you want to stay on for a couple minutes, it don't matter. I'm gonna have to mix up more soil and all that. But yeah, I showed you stuff I'm using, the Dr. Earth's tomato food and fertilizer. Using the blood meal and the bone meal. Not heavy on it. I mean, I put enough, definitely more than enough, but I don't want to go too heavy. This soil's very good that I got here, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That little thing. Little bush. Yeah, so all my taller plants are going to go in the raised garden bed, but these are going to go out in front of my condo, so they have to stay kind of cool and neat looking. And so they'll grow bigger than that, of course, and they'll throw off some pods. The only thing with when you're doing something like this, they're getting less sunlight, and they were double topped, so that the growth's been stunted, so they'll stay nice and small. But the only thing is that a lot of times they'll get smaller fruits on them, and they may not produce as good as the plants that will be in 12-hour sun that have not been messed with and stuff like that. But that's okay. It's better to have them than to have none. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I'm hoping that I can see enough to, yeah, look at that. There's more back there. So I'm hoping that I could see enough to, okay. All right. And Uncle Bull Cow, I am out.